Good morning, everybody. My name is Varsha Nayak. I am PCT Physics. This is third video of class 11 chapter 1. So, let's continue the chapter Physical World. In previous videos, we have already discussed the points up to 5. In this video, we are going to discuss the point number 6 and point number 7. In this video, we are going to discuss about the fundamental forces of nature, that is divided into 4 parts: strong nuclear force, electromagnetic force, weak nuclear force, gravitational force, and comparison of 4 forces is also in this video. Apart from that, we are going to discuss about the nature of physical laws, that is actually conservation laws. Under this conservation laws, we have to know about the conserved quantity, law of conservation of mass, charge, energy, linear momentum, and angular momentum. In this diagram, you can see different type of forces. First is strong nuclear force. Strongest among all the fundamental forces, about 100 times the electromagnetic force. It is charge independent, acts equally between proton-proton, proton-neutron, neutron-neutron. Its range is extremely small, about nuclear dimension, that is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. It is responsible for the stability of the nuclei. How? The strong nuclear force binds proton and neutron in the nucleus. It is seen that without some attractive force, nucleus will be unstable due to electric repulsion between proton and proton. This attractive force cannot be gravitational, since force of gravity is negligible compared to the electric force. As you know, electron is not inside the nucleus. It must be noted, does not experience this force. Electromagnetic force is force between charged particles. When charge is at rest, force is given by Coulomb's law. It is attractive for unlike charges and repulsive for like charges. When charge is in motion, it produces magnetic effects, and magnetic field give rise to force on a moving charge. Electric and magnetic effects are in general inseparable. Hence, the name electromagnetic force is given. It is so much stronger than the gravitational force, up to 10 to the power 36 times of the gravitational force. Actually, it is acting on the electron and proton. That's why it is much stronger, as it is the elementary acting on the elementary particles. Thus, it governs the structure of atom, molecule, and the dynamics of chemical reaction and the mechanical, thermal, and other properties of material, as it is acting on the elementary charges. It also underlies the macroscopic forces like tension, friction, normal force, spring force. As you know, matter is mostly electrically neutral, net charge is zero, thus electric force is largely zero, and gravitational force dominate on terrestrial phenomena. Electric force manifests itself in atmosphere where the atoms are ionized and leads to lightning. If you compare the strength of electromagnetic force and gravitational force, you can see in an example. Let's take an example. When we hold a book in our hand, we are balancing the gravitational force on the book due to the huge mass of the earth by the normal force provided by our hand. As you know, normal force provided by our hand is nothing but net electromagnetic force between the charged constituents of our hands and the book at the surface in contact. If electromagnetic force were not so much stronger than the gravitational force, the hands of our strongest man also can crumble under the weight of the feather. Indeed, to be consistent in the circumstance, we ourselves would crumble under our own weight. But that is not happening here. Just because of electromagnetic force is much stronger than the gravitational force. Here you can see the use of electromagnetic force. wireless communication, bullet trains. The weak nuclear force appears only in certain nuclear processes such as beta decay of a nucleus. It is very rare phenomena. In beta decay, the nucleus emits an electron, an uncharged particle called neutrino. The weak nuclear force is not as weak as gravitational force, but much weaker than the strong nuclear force and electromagnetic forces. The range of weak nuclear force is not exceeding 10 to the power minus 60 meter. That is actually nuclear range. This is a picture of solar system where sun is at center and different planets are revolving around the sun. They are not deviating their path just because of a force, and you all know about that force. Yes, that is gravitational force. So next is your gravitational force. You already know gravitational force is the weakest force. You can calculate this force by the formula F is equal to K m1 m2 by r square. m1 m2 are the any two objects of this universe and r is the distance between the two objects. By this formula, you can calculate the gravitational force between them. Its range is infinite. It plays the key role in the formation of star, galaxy, galactic clusters. It is always attractive and does not need any medium to act on it. Here is the comparison of four fundamental forces. Weakest is gravitational force, then weak nuclear force, then electromagnetic force, and strongest is strong nuclear force. You can see their relative strengths and range and in which objects they are operating actually. All these things are inside this table. Nature of physical laws. Conservation of energy, momentum, angular momentum, charge, etc. are considered to be the fundamental laws in physics. Conservation law is hypothesis based on observation and experiments. It cannot be proved. As you know, hypothesis cannot be proved. It can be verified and disproved by the experiments. These laws are outcome of our experience over several centuries, and it has been found to be valid in all experiments in mechanics, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, optics, atomic, nuclear physics, and any other area. So it covers all the scopes of physics. Conservation law has deep connection with the symmetry of nature. You really don't know about the symmetry of nature. You don't need to worry about it also. I am discussing some points related to it. Symmetry of space and time and other type of symmetry play a central role in modern theories of fundamental forces in nature. If you take an example how this symmetry is actually acting, law of nature do not change with time. If you perform an experiment today and repeat the experiment after 1 year, the results are same. This is the symmetry of the time. Law of gravitation is same both in moon and earth. This symmetry of law of nature with respect to translation in space. First is symmetry of time, second is symmetry of space. Gives rise to the conservation of linear momentum. Isotropy of space. No intrinsically preferred direction in space is called isotropy of space. And isotropy of space underlies the law of conservation of angular momentum. The conservation law of charge and other attributes of elementary particles can also be related to certain abstract symmetry. So, here you have got a little bit idea about the symmetry, but I know this is really not so simple. So don't worry about this. We will study further in the next chapters. What are the conserved quantity? Before going to the conservation laws, we must know about the conserved quantity. These are the quantities which remain constant with time. It can be scalar or vector. If you take an example of a body under external force, kinetic and potential energy change over time but the total mechanical energy remains the constant. So, total mechanical energy is conserved here. So, energy is a conserved quantity. Yes, you are right. This is the picture of famous scientist Einstein, and E is equal to mc square is one of the most famous equation. So, let's know more about this equation. Law of conservation of mass states that for any system close to an transfer of matter and energy, the mass of a system must remain constant over time. As the system's mass cannot change, so quantity can neither be added nor be removed. Therefore, the quantity of mass is conserved over the time. In a chemical reaction, you can see here, basically arrangement of atom among different molecules. Atoms are rearranged but not destroyed. Total mass of the reactant is same as the total mass of the product. This law implies mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. According to the Einstein famous formula, E is equal to mc square, m is the equivalent of energy by this equation, where c is the speed of light in vacuum. In a nuclear process, mass gets converted to energy, or vice versa, or energy can be also converted to mass. This is the energy which is released in a nuclear power generation and nuclear explosion. Here you can see mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only change from one form to the another form. Next is conservation of charge. It states that total charge of an isolated system remains constant. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. In this diagram, you can see two objects. One is charged with plus 10 coulomb and another is neutral body. It means it has zero charge. So when the two come in contact, charge from one body, charged body, is transferred to the neutral body, and both are equally charged plus 5 coulomb. So energy can be transformed from one body to another body that cannot be created nor be destroyed. So in the system of the two bodies, charge is conserved. Next is conservation of energy. We have already discussed little bit about it. E is equal to mc square formula, if you remember from the Einstein. The law of conservation of energy states that total energy of an isolated system remains constant. It is said to be conserved over time. All forms of energy like heat, mechanical energy, electrical energy, all are conserved. If you take an example, a falling object, let's take a stone. If we include air resistance, initial potential energy of the object get transferred into the another form of energy, that is your kinetic energy, heat energy and sound energy. Ultimately, after it is absorbed become heat, the total energy of the system, that is stone plus the surroundings, remain unchanged. In this pendulum, you can see that when pendulum is at the mean position, maximum kinetic energy is placed, and when this position it is placed, here you can see the maximum potential energy. But when it moves from this position to this position, its kinetic energy increases and potential energy decreases. But when it moves from this position to this position, its kinetic energy decreases and potential energy increases. So total systems so that total energy of a system is constant whether it is kinetic or potential energy. In some cases kinetic is maximum, some cases potential energy is maximum, and at some cases both the energy is balanced. So this is a perfect example of conservation of energy. Apart from that, from this diagram you can say that different forms of energy is converted to many other forms of energy. Law of conservation of linear momentum states that momentum is a term
which never change in an isolated system. It means total momentum of a isolated system is conserved or constant. Suppose if you take this system as an isolated system where total momentum before the collision of these two objects m1 and m2 is p1 plus p2 is equal to p total, and when they collide after collision their masses will be remain constant but their velocity changes, so their momentum also changes, but still we can see that total momentum of the system is same as total momentum of the system before collision. So after collision and before collision you can see that total momentum is constant. So this is said as total momentum of a isolated system is conserved. This is actually linear momentum. Like linear momentum in an isolated system, angular momentum is also constant. Let's see. This is an example of an transform. In this case, when arms are out, spinning are slower, but when arms are in, spinning is faster. In this system, total angular momentum is equal to the total angular momentum of this system. So, total angular momentum of an isolated system is always constant. In this video, we have discussed about the four fundamental forces, that is strong and weak nuclear force, electromagnetic force and gravitational force. Apart from that, we have discussed about the conservation laws. Charge, energy, mass, angular momentum, linear momentum are conserved in an isolated system. So, I hope you can answer all these questions. I hope this video will be beneficial for you. Thank you for listening me carefully.